Hey beauties, we are Alicia and Nicole from Positive Image. We are hairstylists, salon owners, and business coaches here to help you navigate the ever-changing landscape of the beauty industry. We are sharing our secrets on creating a salon that thrives. So let's dive in.
Hey, Nicole.
Hey Alicia.
Welcome to today. We're going to talk about client gifts today. I feel like this is a fun, random one that maybe not necessarily everyone does or thinks about, but I feel like it's just a fun topic to discuss. Do you do any kind of client gifting?
We do not. We have, with our 15-year anniversary, I invested in mugs and pens and lip balm and stickies. Yay, stickies. But that is it. I do not, but I have been on a course recently when she talked about her client experience of the very first time walking in the door and the bag of little goodies that she gave. And I was like, I really like that. It makes the client feel special. But it does take work and it does take effort to put those together. So I think you do client gifts, don't you?
I do an array of things, and sometimes I feel like it's not consistent depending on what's available in the salon. Um, so like we'll have like promotions of, if you purchase this, then you get a little gift. Or if you pre-book, then you get a little gift at that pre-booked appointment. I do like the theory, which I've seen before, of new clients that you have a little welcome package, and that can often include a gift as well. Because then that just kind of it's just another nice bonus. My issue with the welcome package new client gift is then I feel like your second and third visit, the experience dramatically goes down because you're not going to give them a gift every time. So there is a point where, like, if you're trying to like create a boost, or get a lot of clients in, or you're a new salon, that might actually be really beneficial. Um, or a new stylist who's joined the team or just got on the floor, that maybe that's also a nice little bonus. Um, but I think there's ma- a space to be mindful of like how much you're gifting and versus that in comparison to their next follow-up visits, because you don't want it does take about 2 to 3 appointments for someone to become loyal. So you don't want to then not do nothing for their second and third visit, but at the same time, how much are you giving away? And is that actually cost effective for the business? Another thing is this time of year, like the holiday time, when I was a single stylist, I love baking. So I would actually bake cookies and keep them at my station for the month of December. And all the clients that came in then, they would get a little package of cookies and a little thank you note, a little handwritten thank you note, which is a lot for a whole salon. But if you're small, maybe that's something nice you do. There's also another thing. I don't know what her like measure is, but I see one salon owner that I know the posts on her stories of other people resharing. Every year, she does a little gift to clients. I don't know if it's like if they spent over a certain amount or if it's everyone, but she mails them and has a little like handwritten thank you. And I think that's really cute. I do find it a little bit more challenging these days to have people's addresses. So I also don't know if it's just like from her Shopify store that she does it that way. So there are lots of different little things. I think first and foremost is looking at where you are in your business and what makes sense for you to spend. And if the company's doing really well, then amazing, spend it. Find a budget that makes sense and do it. If you aren't doing as great, maybe there's something smaller or like a very ROI specific investment that you can make.
I love it. And the kind of while you're talking, a few kind of ideas popped into my head and just sort of t topics or touch points that I think would be good to just look into for the next little bit would be like, is it better to actually give to loyalty rather than to new?
Mhm.
Like, so maybe if you hit every client who hits the 10 visit appointment, now they receive a free scalp treatment or a huge, like one product at cost or something along those lines. Maybe align with a coffee shop. So receive a free coffee from the place next door. So that kind of pops into my head where, like, why are we always honoring new clients? Why not honor the loyal clients? Because it's so much harder to get a new client in the door where it's so important to keep and the clients that you already have. They're loyal. They know your brand. They like you. Why not encourage that by gifting them? Um, I kind of see it as like some of the telephone providers that we have here, they get okay, sign with us and you get a brand new phone for this amount of money, but you as a loyal client, no, you don't get that offer. I'm like, but look how much money I've spent with you. Like, why do not I not get the free thing? Why are you trying to just so it kind of aligns with that a little bit, which I love. And we might implement something like that because of this podcast and topic.
I think I have to be a little bit more, particular about finding a report with my current software system, but a lot of software systems will actually give you a year to date or an all-time total of, like, how much clients have spent or how many visits they've had. So sometimes we might think that like something like this, like rewarding our loyal clients is challenging because how do you know and how do you make sure you have everyone? But your software systems likely help you to figure this out. Some is really simple and they automatically just have it available and they have a report for it. And others you might just need to dig a little bit more about client history into it. So it's not that hard to do, and I 100% that think that that's a great idea. We did do that for a little bit. I don't even remember what we did. I think it was like, yeah, like a promotion price on or a discounted price on retail, um, if they spent over a certain amount for the past year, and that was just like a loyalty email that went out that they got this bonus. So there's definitely lots of really great things to do on both ends, like new clients and loyal clients and different kinds of bonuses that way.
Yeah. So what would you recommend to be like what would be a good gift to give like for those? Like I wonder if like we could get scrunchies that are, branded or something as simple as like get a whole bunch of pens or magnets for your business cards and that way you have something to constantly remind rather than here's a bottle of shampoo that you may or may not use or you might give to your kid.
Yeah, I think that's a great idea. Just things that are like a little bit longer lasting. I think the most common thing that we do is just small retail of like minis of retail of the product line that we use, so it's not necessarily branded, and usually we do that because it's we don't actually have to think about it. The company just gives it to us, and then we can use it as promotions however we see fit. That being said, like starting to think small because you don't want the things to be too big. Scrunchies are good, hair elastics are good, pens are good, maybe even keychains. Maybe I mean, notebooks might be too big, but, like, I think you could also do things like that as well. I think at the end of the day, it comes down to, like, what aligns with your brand? Like, do you have a gender mix of clientele? Do you have predominantly female, predominantly male? Um, are your clients outdoorsy? Are they, boho cutesy? Are they, I don't know, are they just, like, lounge with a massive mug and sit inside all the time? It's just, like, nothing but introverts as your clientele. Starting to think about that kinda stuff, right? Like, even for me, I've been gluten-free for a long time, so, like, when I did do those cookies, they would be gluten-free. So keeping that in mind too, like, are your clientele do they kind of resonate with you because you also have similar sensitivities to things, or like getting closer to what actually aligns with your people versus just, oh, that's a fun idea.
Mhm. Definitely. And I think, like, if you're kinda sitting here going, "Okay, all of these are good, but how do I figure out how much money I can spend on it?" Like, I really like the idea of, like, trying to see what the average person spends in your salon within a year, and then maybe take, like, 1 or 2 percentage of that. So if their average spend is $1,000, then you might wanna look at, like, okay, maybe, like, $2 to $5 up to 10 as the kind of the amount of money that you would want to give to the loyal client gifts or something. I think my math was correct there. Um,
It's fine. I think that's a great measure, 1 to 2%, especially if, like, you would imagine that someone's spending over $1,000 in a year. I
mhm,
think that's a great measure. I don't think I could give you a better measure than that. I think just,
mm.
like, taking that measure and just cross-checking about, like, do you actually have that money? Like, are you still struggling to, like, make a profit? Or is this a nice idea for later? And is it feasible now? Um
And also, you don't have to actually give them, like, something tangible, like
Mhm.
giving a client, treatments or a scalp massage or something like that, or even like, I think for a while we had a business card that had a save 15% on the back of it. So that would be with, like, their December haircut. Here you go for your January or February haircut, save 15%, and then just handwrite the expiration date so they're not coming and bringing that to you, like, 2 years from now. Uh, just side note.
Yeah.
But I think that those sort of things are gonna make a huge, impact for very, very little money and work and effort on your side, and it always feels good to be recognized as a client. It doesn't matter what you're doing. I remember where I get my nails done, they gave, like, a small little cuticle oil, like, I think it was like a milliliter thingy and a small little, like, hand cream that just fit in the purse, and so many times I went to go use the cuticle oil because it's Canada and it's wintertime and our hands are in water all the time and my cuticles get destroyed, and it was just, like, such a nice little thing that probably cost them 50 cents, but it was a constant reminder, like, "Wow, they did that for me." So, kinda take that as you are.
Yeah, I love that. I think the other thing too, which I'm always interested in, but I feel again is hard to make note of and keep track of, is birthdays. To do something special for people for birthdays. That would be the only other time that I'd think about.
Gift if you can, just praise and gratitude if you can.
I saw another business, a couple weeks ago, and she made, like a reel post, REEL post, um, and it was just a video of her saying thank you. I mean, at first when I was listening to it, I was like, "Oh, are you, like, saying there's a big change coming?" But she actually just wanted to say thank you, and I was like, "That is really cute." So you can make that as opposed you can privately send that and not actually post it, in an email, like, I don't know. How cute is that? I think that's really cute.
Mhm. And so personal too, like, if you can figure out, like, your top 10 clients and just say, like, "Okay, thank you, Diane, for being such an amazing client. I really appreciate you trusting me with your hair." I love that. It's
Mhm.
such a simple and that those things go so far.
So
So,
far.
all right. Client gifting,
Gifting season.
happy holidays from Positive Vantage. Till next
Ciao.
time. Bye.
Thanks so much for listening in today. The Positive Image podcast exists to empower hairstylists and salon owners with real conversations, practical tools, and authentic stories, building confidence, connection, and community in the beauty industry. Subscribe to stay tuned in for our next episode.